Do not want me to work my notice? Okay, I will not work during my notice.
This happened almost 5 years ago. Some details are intentionally vague. This will be a long read, but I promise it would be worth it at the end. I was working in an organization that was super toxic. So much so that we were a revolving door. Most employees stayed only a few months. To counter this, our management put 3 months' notice into everyone's contract, including existing employees. It's not strictly illegal where this happened, but very unusual. I believe the idea was to make it harder for employees to find a job outside, as employers didn't usually want to wait for 3 months. However, this didn't work, as people simply quit and waited for a month or 2 before starting their job hunt. I was there almost 4 years. I needed the money, so I put up with whatever abusive shit was thrown at me. My boss was a guy we'll call Vince. Not actual name. Now, Vince was not particularly good, but he sometimes respected the fact that I was the most tenured grunt in the organization. Enter Rajesh. Not actual name. Rajesh was brought in from outside for strategically improving our division. This was quite strange given our division generated most profits. Within months, Rajesh made the environment even more toxic. He pulled Vince's team under him and got Vince fired. And he actively encouraged us grunts to spy on each other. Rajesh also had it out for me from day one. Till date, I don't know why. He started making my life more harder than the others. This culminated in him taking me aside and telling me that I was not pulling my weight. Now at this point I was doing quite well in the organization, plus I was doing a lot of additional work. Since only I knew certain systems and processes. See high attrition above. So I was quite angry. I started looking out. I still wasn't brave enough to quit and start looking. Fortunately, I was able to find a job that was willing to wait the 3 months. So it was my turn to take Rajesh aside and tell him I quit. Boy, Rajesh was pissed. He went from denial, "You can't quit," quote, to negotiation, "What if I give you a raise at the year end?" to acceptance. Thus I was serving my notice and working away like an honest bee. My usual work plus the additional work. At this point I was called by HR and told that Rajesh wanted me gone. The insane part was that they wanted me to pay the company for the 2.5 months shortfall in notice. I obviously refused, then went back and checked the contract. Turns out a notice of less than 3 months could only happen through mutual consent. And the initiating party, company if they wanted me gone sooner, or me if I wanted to leave earlier, had to compensate the other party for the shortfall. Cue the malicious compliance. The next day, I stopped doing anything at all. I logged in and logged out my hours and did jack shit. Not my work. Definitely not the additional responsibilities. Soon there was a complete meltdown all around. Rajesh would pull me into meetings and scream and try to bully me. And I would say nothing but smirk. Then they tried to have someone else learn from me so that they could do what I did. Remember I said earlier how I was the only one who knew some of the old systems and processes? Well, now I claimed I didn't really remember any of them. So obviously there could be no handover. Soon my workplace turned into a dumpster fire. The HR, Rajesh, smartened up and offered to buy out my notice if I cooperated and helped transition my work. I refused. Then, to twist the knife further, I started having meetings with fellow grunts. Remember, everyone was always a newbie. And encouraging them to leave as well. HR tried to get me to leave twice more. But I ended up serving the full 3 months. Remember the mutual consent part? TLDR. Boss screws me over and tries to extort me. I start a dumpster fire. Edit. Edited for better readability. Absolutely wild. Everywhere I've worked. If you're fired, you are observed while packing up your belongings and then walked out the door. Any notice, 2 weeks are paid out, but you're not allowed on site. For this exact reason, a disgruntled employee on site is so much more of a liability than the lost labor is worth. Imagine trying to force an employee to stay. Nice, and well worth the read. You can make me stay here, but you can't make me work. Quote. Treat your workers like crap? Don't be surprised when they start working like crap. Couldn't you leave earlier and get money from them if they were the ones initiating the less than 3 months notice?
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
How the hell did they want you to pay them out? You were quite prepared to give the 3 months. High quality MCOK sign. With a company that evil, I wonder why they didn't have a clause to punish people that didn't do their work. Company still in business? And where is Raj now? If only businesses realized just how expensive churning is. Is that company still in business? I thought we could simply leave our jobs whenever we wish. Or be terminated whenever the company wishes. Is a 3-month rule common? I was in an office where most of us were laid off due to cutbacks. We were given no notice. A security guard met us at the door, watched while we cleaned out our desk, and escorted us out of the building. Edit. Great MC by you. Definitely not long with the paragraph breaks. Entertaining read. Hope you're doing better now. Why didn't you take the buyout?
Cool face.
Don't know how employment contracts work. I'm assuming they have to be renegotiated every year or so, which is how they could add the 3 months into the contract. My sister-in-law has a job with an insurance company as an actuary. All new hires had to agree to binding arbitration. Existing one had to be bribed to agree to it. They offered her stock, but it was chump change. About $1,000. So she refused. They came back again with a slight increase, but she turned it down. They eventually stopped asking her about it. Was this Rajesh guy from a consulting firm or just from elsewhere within the company? I'm just curious to know. Well worth the read op. Ahaha. Well done. Glorious. It made me laugh. Thanks for that. Didn't know how good he had it, until you were not longer under his thumb.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.